The difference between dragons and Draco Reptilians, a higher dimensional teaching from the Intergalactic Alliance of Light Beings, brought to you by whatcomesnextforyou.com. This message has been channeled for you by Canadian psychic medium and interdimensional channel, Tracey Milne. Greetings, dear Earth Star Angel. Today's transmission was inspired by one of our community members, 5D Shift 1 Now. We wish to thank you for your question regarding further details on the Draco and Reptilians has sparked a new period of learning and awareness for our channel, most especially a deeper understanding of her relationship to her astral travel guide and companion. We offer you this information for the purpose of greater understanding and an awareness of the adversaries you, as an Earth Star Angel, are currently waging spiritual battle with on an energetic level. Let's kick off this series with a closer look at a few of the draconian races that are touching your creation right now. We'll take a look at their temperament, spiritual polarity, and prime directives, as well as some of their well-known physical displays. Though most of this information was channeled from us, we also gathered from additional sources, including Pleiadian spirituality and the raw material from the Law of One. Let us begin. So, who are the reptilians currently involved with your space-time reality? Well, it turns out that's a very big question. You see, there is more than one reptile race, with splintered branches of the Draco clan having progressed along both the service to other and the service to self growth paths. Just like the reptilians on your world, the Draco races come in varying shapes, colors, sizes, varieties, and prime directives, as well as soul missions. The Draco in this corner of the galaxy began in the star system of Alpha Draconis in the constellation of Landon, fracturing over time into crusader groups who settled and multiplied in the Orion constellation. This constellation looks like a dragon, starting just under the northern star and running down between your Big Dipper and your Little Dipper in the northern hemisphere and your Southern Cross for those south of the equator. Their star system holds a Cat's Eye Nebula, the Tadpole Galaxy, and a Spindle Galaxy, home to over 100 billion stars. The first group to come in contact with Earth were the benevolent Alpha Draconis, or the Dragon Clan. These magnificent multidimensional, higher dimensional, spiritually balanced beings have evolved from their 2D beginnings to reach the highest level of the seventh density within their consciousness structure. Instead of merging into a collective monad to continue returning to the One, these beings have chosen to dedicate themselves in service to others and are ascended masters in their own right. Many are currently working with the Galactic Federation and the Intergalactic Alliance of Light Beings, actively helping to guide many Earth Star Angels who have a soul contract with them to reach higher vibrational thoughts and feelings through daydreams, soul whispers, astral travel, and night visions. This Dragon Clan are known for being very benevolent, cooperative, and protective of their charges, whom they regard as their pupils. The golden light that they are said to covet is actually created from an awakened Earth Star Angel and star seeds crown chakra. You are the golden apples in the legend of Landon, and you are the ones who they are working with currently at this time. Using a hologram type technology, they were able to project themselves into Earth's reality in astral form and then later in physical form. And they tend to appear as a magnificent combination of dragons from your ancient myths and legends, most especially the Eastern or Chinese dragon. Many of these beings have very delicate features with large almond-shaped eyes in gold, green, and sometimes blue, with very slender noses, slight chins, and rather ferocious-looking teeth. The original dragon clan was gifted with natural abilities and tremendous physical, psychic, and spiritual strength. They are known throughout this galaxy and others for their high intelligence and wisdom, and they use their ability to shapeshift in and out of realities on a molecular level by using the vibrations of light and love. They have a great fondness for music and hold the songs of the universe within their memories. Able to gobble up or burn away negativity, they use the vibration from sound waves to amplify their astral travel abilities and soul connections. Masterful telepaths, they also have the ability to cloak themselves with an invisibility shield. These dragons are naturally magical beings, as well as master geneticists. They arrived on Earth with the Pleiadians, Sirians, and Arcturians, as well as a few other groups, who all helped to create the body for the Earth Star Angel. After some time, these offspring races reached a point in their spiritual evolution where a splinter group chose service to self path as opposed to service to others for their spiritual development. They transmuted and twisted their prime directives to explore and experience into those of conquer and enslave, and they are known as the Crusader race and can actually offer many soul lessons to all interested in joining them in their lower vibrational field of illusion. From their service to self perspective, they offer free will beings like us the catalyst needed for fully claiming our sovereignty and the right to freedom as a gift by the one infinite creator, the only true authority within this or any other universe. They do this by intentionally withholding any joyful experiences until the being they are suppressing rises up and takes their power back. Then they leave and move on to another system, putting out lower vibrational calls for their specific kind of lessons. These groups are akin to space pirates, traveling from star system to star system in what Ra describes as their chariots of destruction, conquering worlds and absconding with technologies and people that they have enslaved with ruthless precision. This group we will call the Negative Vibrational Reptilians, or the Omega Draco groups. These Omega Draco, sometimes referred to as the Lizzies, represent the first crusaders on a service to self path to leave the Alpha Draconis system. These are fourth dimensional beings, and they like to utilize their cloaking and invisibility shields as their favorite method for sneaking into systems and onto life-producing worlds. Their social structure has an elite or ruling class and a worker or slave class, and they like to repeat this template on any planet they invade, using intimidation, sexual trauma, and all kinds of physical force to overtake others. They rarely live to reach their full 500-year lifespan, being a warring people in general. This group's prime directives are to explore, conquer, and dominate, and their cigar-shaped ships strike terror into the hearts of those who know what sort of beings live within. Carnivorous and vampiric, these groups settled among the Orion stars, growing in power each time they encountered other like-minded individuals on a service-to-self path. Their natural magical abilities became contaminated with their thought distortions and turned into a form of dark sorcery used to bend the free will of others. They work directly with the iguanoids and dionoids to spread terror throughout this galaxy and many others, along with a nanite technology that they use to extend their lives indefinitely. These creatures can range in color and size due to their abilities to transform themselves to any shape they wish to portray, using a holographic imaging technology that gives them their shape-shifting abilities. The iguanoids. This group originated in the Orion system, and their prime directive is mind control and manipulation. These beings are fourth to sixth dimensional, and they have a very negative polarity. Iguanoids are dark sorcerers using thoughts, feelings, and physicality to manipulate their prey into their control. Their favorite snack is the unguarded mind, and they use a combination of negative daydreams and night terrors to infuse their prey with fright, homicidal, or greedy thought distortions. It is these distortions that lower the human's vibration to the range where energy vampires like the Draco Reptilian can attach themselves through an energy cord and drain the vital life force, unseen and unknown to the average person. These loners tend to join forces with more physically aggressive reptile species, working with other service to self groups to qualify for their 10% of service to other needs in order to continue on their spiritual evolution. With a lifespan of almost 5,000 Earth years, these creepy troublemakers have had a hand in every Earth conflict, starting with Cain and Abel. They work closely with both reptilian crusaders of the Omega Draconis as well as the dreadful Dianoids of Orion. These terrifying entities are space pirates of the worst caliber who originate from the Orion star system. These are the beings who tricked the Eisenhower administration into making a very bad deal that saw the lives of 100 humans traded for a small patch of territory on the dark side of the moon and the technology that was delivered without any instruction. They stand between 7 and 17 feet tall and possess enormous physical strength. And they range from color and cruelty, choosing a weapon that is combined with sonic energy waves and implanted thought patterns that they use to send straight into their victim's third eye, hijacking the person's inner vision. This paralyzes their chosen prey, making them much easier to control. These beings are cruelty personified, and many of the species have caused a lot of trouble for the people of Earth. The Vril lizard men. These beings live inside of the Earth, and they were first introduced into your awareness through the man known as Aleister Crowley. They use a strange protrusion at the top of their heads to insert themselves into a human star angel's vessel through one of their victims' eyes. Less than a foot tall outside of the human vessel, once they have snatched a body, they can grow to the fullest height of the human vessel they have infested. More like a parasite than a reptilian, these beings are able to share a body with the original consciousness for a time, but eventually the host soul loses its seat in the solar plexus and leaves the body, not having fulfilled its soul mission. This creates tremendous karma, and unfortunately, their kind has been manipulating and controlling the Hollywood and music industry for quite some time, as well as certain royals and businessmen. Once the host soul vacates, the Vril intruders only have a finite amount of time to inhabit the body, but the Iguanoids have found a way to use their sorcery to extend this time frame. The good news is, your President Trump has been draining the swamp all over the world with the help of awakened and enlightened world leaders. That's very good news for the people of Earth. In our next transmission, we will explain why the reptilians were called to your beautiful world in the first place, and how it is that you are turning the tables on them constantly by using your light-working tools and choosing to become draconian-proof as quickly as possible. We thank you for taking the time to listen to this message, and we hope it has brought you enlightenment in some form. Until next time, in the highest light of love, I am Chimera, on behalf of the Intergalactic Alliance of Light Beings. Namaste. If you have enjoyed this video, check out more offerings from the Intergalactic Alliance of Light Beings, or sign up soon for your own galactic guidance session at whatcomesnextforyou.com. What's in your future?